what kind of maintenance he needs on a daily basis. Welcome and welcome back. It was suggested to me to make a video showing kind of what I do on a daily basis for Cheerio and what kind of maintenance he needs on a daily basis. I'm not gonna lie, he's pretty easy to take care of. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you what I'm gonna do. And today is a pretty normal day. It's not like a cage clean day or anything like that. So this is what I do like 29 out of 30 days of the month. Okay, so I have not touched his cage yet. This is just kind of what it looks like first thing in the morning, and I'm gonna be honest, it's way worse than it normally is. It doesn't normally look nearly this bad, so that's kind of funny that today is the day that he decided to have a whole party, but anyways, this is what it looks like untouched. So first thing I do is I just kind of come in and I will move things out of the way. His water bowl fell over. It still has water in it. I don't know how he managed that one. But I put things back where they belong. This is a little igloo looking hide that I made in my last video. You should go check that out. Today I'm taking out his water bowl and I'm switching it for a fresh one just because I find that like little bits of bedding and like it just gets gross after a couple days. So I have a few of these tea light things that I just interchange. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this one out and bring a clean one in. Okay, so this is a clean one filled up with water, and I'm just going to lay it on his little platform underneath his igloo hide. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to readjust some of these things that I just have in his cage to kind of clutter everything up. Like I said, he's made quite the mess. Oh, sunflower seed that I didn't find. So I'm just going to readjust. Oops. I'm going to move a couple things around, I think, because... Does he have a burrow here? He does. He has a burrow right there. And this is kind of heavy, so I'm going to move this, and I'm going to put something lighter on top of it so I don't have to worry about it collapsing on him. This is really light, so I'm just going to lay that there. It's very thin plastic. I'm going to move this back, take this, squish it in. I'm going to take this and put it over here, I think. I do this every couple days. I just kind of move things around just to keep it interesting. And then this can go, I'll put this in the house here, and then I will turn this, and I'll put it this way. If you can see, I just turned the coconut hide around. It's supposed to be a hanging one, but I don't like hanging things in his cage, really. And I especially did not trust this ladder for him to, like, climb up on, so the ladder's just for looks, and he can climb up in this whenever he wants. I'm just going to lay this in here, and I'm going to move these two sticks out, because I don't need those hidden. So there's a little tube that he can go into this house. And then I'm going to, I think I'm going to put this across here. I'm going to lay this right here so he has something he can run under. And then this is literally just an empty toilet tube that I threw in. It's just going to chill. The next thing that I always do is I clean out his sandbox. He always does his business in a sandbox, so if I don't clean it out like every day, it gets pretty gross. Which is why he has such a large sandbox, because if I miss a day, like, I don't want it to be all gross for him. So I just start off by removing his bendy bridge. There's pink stuff on it because this was pushed up against it. And I just shake stuff off like that. I lay that off to the side. And I take out his wheel, and this little thing that I just use to help keep his wheel in place, because if not, he likes to speed run and it goes all wobbly. So I'm just going to lay this outside of the cage. And then I have just a little tiny strainer. I'm trying to get a bigger one so that I can do this quicker, but this is the only one I have for now that has like really small holes in it. And I just have a mug that I use for a hide for him that I use just to put like his droplets in. So I'm just going to go ahead and sip this out. It's just like that. That's just a clump of pee. It goes in the mug. Another clump of pee, and it goes in the mug. And I just keep going around the cage, picking out clumps of pee, clumps of poop. well, not clumps of poop, there's just a whole bunch of little pellets. And I also like to sprinkle his seed mix in here, and sometimes like stuff will get trampled over and he just won't bother to get it. Like the little pellets, like the hay pellets that are put in. So I'm just gonna keep doing this until I consider it clean. Sometimes I won't clean it all the way, but most of the time I like to. It's just a nice little peace of mind to know that he has a nice clean sandbox. Just like this. I'm wondering if he is awake right now, because he's obviously in his burrow. So he probably hears me and is terribly annoyed that I have to clean up all of his poops. This is why I want a bigger sifter thing, because it's a pain in the butt only being able to do a little tiny bit at a time. My goodness, he has a lot of poops in here. He must have like brought them in or something. But yeah, like I said, I just use this to sift out all the little poops. That way like the clean sand can stay in. And I don't have to throw out perfectly clean sand, and he still gets a sandbox. Not gonna lie, this arrangement is pretty a-okay by me. It's an easy way to do like daily cleanings. Not every hamster is going to, you know, want to go do their business in a sandbox, but he does. And it's pretty nice being able to spot clean like this. Okay, so I think I've gotten most everything. That's a piece of a sunflower seed shell. Okay, so that's all of the goodies that I ended up getting today. So that'll just get thrown in the trash can. And then I just go ahead and put his wheel back in. Just like this. And I like to spin it a few times to make sure that it's not touching anything. I obviously did not do that last time because it brushed up against this. But it's fine. It's whatever. He could still use it. Like, I know that he could still use it because I heard him using it. It just messed up out here a little bit. And then I just put this in here, like this. Now, I always include this because I like to give him a hide and a sand bath. I find that's really important. But as for like using it as like a bridge in and out, he never uses it like that. He always like climbs up this side here or like over here. Super weird. Don't know why, but to each their own. So the last thing that I'm going to do is just feed him his seed mix. Instead of giving him a certain amount every few days, I just drop some. I just kind of give it to him until I notice that he's taken like all of his least favorite parts, because like I'll sprinkle this much in and he'll take all of his favorite parts out tonight, and then tomorrow night he will take like his least favorite parts and eat that. And this is just happens to be what works for us. If you have a hamster that's going to take it all in one night and you're giving them a whole bunch, you're much better off like actually measuring how much they need. But this is, again, what works for us. So this is what we do. I just take his food, put some in my hand, and I'm going to put some, you can't really see it, but there's a little tube down here that I just poured that down, put some up here. So I like to scatter feed or make him forage for his food. It's much more enriching than if I was to like take this and just lay it here and was like, you know, he has to come to the bowl to get food. Much more enriching for him to have to forage for his own food, because he has to use his little sniffer. And don't worry, hamsters have a great sense of smell, so he's always able to find it, no problem. That's why the tissue that I have in his coconut shell is always ripped out, because I like to put his feed in around the tissue so it's harder to get to. So every morning after he gets fed, all of this tissue is always like pulled really out, which is why you saw it pulled out in the beginning of the video, because I fed him a little bit of feed last night. So I'm just going to continue. I'm going to put some on this little bridge thingy, just to make it more interesting for him. And then there's just a little bit left, and I'm just going to put that there. So like I said, I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. I know that's about good for him for tonight and tomorrow because I did give him some last night, so I know he has some stored up. Sorry, I know that's annoying. Anyways, so yeah, that's basically all I do. I just put everything back in kind of where it belongs. I changed some things around to make it more interesting for him. And I clean out his sandbox because he uses it like a potty. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have anything that you want to see from me, let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!